So I saw that they're bringing your boy Robert Downey Jr. back as Doctor Doom in the Secret Wars, whatever that is. I'm just playing. Of course, I know what Secret Wars is. They're bringing back, maybe even Chris Evans, like all the OG cast of the Avengers and the Marvel movies. And I figured I should probably read the actual Secret Wars comics before I watch the movies. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Danny J. Quick. I love superhero stories. I write comics, but I didn't start reading comics until I was an adult. So I missed a lot of the huge events like Secret Wars and, Secret Invasion, all that kind of stuff in the comic books because I didn't have access to them growing up. But I'm going to change that. I saw that, like everybody else, I saw that Robert Downey Jr. is coming back for Secret Wars. This is going to be a huge thing. The Russo brothers are coming back. They got all these different versions of our favorite characters from the first phase of the MCU coming back. And I was like, man, I wonder if the comics are going to be the same as the movies. I wonder what stuff they're going to take from the comics, what stuff they're going to put into the movies. And I realized I didn't actually read the comics. I didn't actually read the comics as they were coming out because, like I said, I didn't buy comics then. I didn't start buying comics until I was old enough to make my own money and spend my own money on comic books. I think World War Hulk was the first huge event that I ran into, and I was an adult by that time. So I saw that Jermaine over at Acme Comics in Greensboro had Secret Wars, and he was talking about when the announcement came. He said, oh, this is gonna be one that people are gonna want to check out, so why not start at the beginning? And I was like, yo, I'm gonna go pick that book up, I'm gonna read it, and then I'll really be able to tell if the movie version is inspired by the comics, which one is better, and stuff like that. And I thought that it would be kind of cool to kind of document that here on our YouTube, and let's do it. So I'm gonna be reading Secret Wars over the next couple days. I got the trade here. This is the Jim Shooter version. This is the Jim Shooter story. I want to say this originally was published in 1984, so I wasn't even born. I wasn't even born when this came out, so I couldn't have read it because I wasn't even born then. But and before y'all get in the comments and tell me, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, of course I don't know what I'm talking about. I didn't read the comics, but also I do know there's another version of the Secret Wars that came out later, and I'm also going to be reading that one too. So, but I figured I would go back and check this one out. I know that this one has to do with the Beyonder more than Doctor Doom, but I'm gonna check it out anyway. Like I said, I'm excited about it. I do know some of the things that happen in this story just because I've been around comics all these years now that I've been making comics. So I'm excited to kind of read it with a fresh pair of eyes, and I definitely want to get through this one and the other version before the movie comes out. But I'm excited about it. I want to do more actual reading comics. I've been buying comics for a long time, but I don't get a chance to actually read a lot. I read a lot of indie titles. A lot of creator owned books because those are the things that I support. Those are the kind of communities that I'm in. But I love watching MCU movies. I love watching DC movies, and I kind of want to get into comparing them to the stories that originally came out by the creators who wrote them. So I think it'll be fun. I know there's a lot of people. I know Morgan Iverson, for example, is a good close friend of mine, and he didn't read comic books growing up. A lot of us who didn't have access to comics when we were young didn't read these comics growing up. So I think it could be fun to kind of go back and do them. Now that I have some adult money, I got some money that I can spend on these things, and I want to focus on just reading the books and seeing what the stories were like. Now, I did talk to Jermaine when I went to pick this up, and he said, remember that this was made for 12-year-olds and it was made to sell toys, right? So there's a lot of stuff in these books that might be really fantastical. It might be kind of ridiculous, and a lot of these versions of these characters I would have seen before because I've been around comics like the past 10 years, the past 15 years, But when they first appeared, like I think this is the one with a black suit Spider-Man, if I'm not mistaken. They weren't, this was shocking stuff. Like this is stuff that people had never seen before. So I think it's kind of cool to go back and see these things. This cover art, first of all, this is the Alex Ross cover. Amazing art, man. That's the one artist that I just love. I know everybody does, him. Daryl Banks is one of my favorite. I am a big fan of Brian Stelfreeze, some of the artists that were working around that time and have been continuing to work in comics. And I'm excited to read the stories because a lot of the movies and stuff that we see now are inspired by these stories. So this right here, and they even got the black suit Spider-Man on the back cover right here, you see. So over the next couple of days, I'm going to be reading this, and then I'm going to make a couple videos kind of putting it all together, telling you my thoughts about reading the stories. This is Collecting Secret Wars issues 1 through 12. I'm not even sure if that's the whole story, so I'm going to check those out, 1 through 12, and let you know. So it says, the fate of the entire Marvel Universe hangs in the balance as Earth's mightiest heroes face their greatest challenge. Summoned across the stars by the mysterious and unbelievably powerful Beyonder, the Avengers, Spider-Man, the Fantastic Four, and the X-Men are set against their deadliest foes on the mysterious planet known as Battleworld. Okay? With the winner promised the ultimate prize, but as the battle lines are drawn, new alliances forged, and old enemies clash, one among them is not willing to settle for anything less than godhood. Can even the heroes combined might prevent Dr. Doom from becoming the most powerful being in the universe? The first mega crossover of its kind, Secret Wars, still stands as a milestone in the comic book industry. See? And that's another thing that Jermaine told me. He was like, this was really the first time that all of the main characters from all the comics were kind of taken out of their main titles and put into a big crossover event like that. So it even says it right there. The first mega crossover of its kind. So all these Avengers movies, all of these, big crossovers, kind of was spawned from this one. So I definitely want to check this one out first, even though I know that the Secret Wars movies are probably going to be taken more from the Jonathan Hickman run, I believe it is, than that from the reporting that I've seen. But I still want to check it out. I still want to read this and see, just how good it is, how it, stands up to the test of time. If it still can kind of entertain me as an older person in comics. And, yeah. So if that's something that you're interested in, if you want to go back and check out these, older stories, or if you never read Secret Wars, this is a place that you'll be able to get it. So make sure you like and subscribe and check us out, man, because we do a lot of cool stuff. Like I said, we make comic books, we make a lot of comic book content, we do some funny videos on this channel. So check us out. But until next time, stay vigilant, my friends. I'm out of here.